The Polka Dot Art Gallery in Karen, Nairobi is the host for Dr.Mercy Kagia's first solo art exhibition in Kenya.
Model for an artist, because then you...
Armed with her pen, brushes, paper, she beams at the opportunity to draw life experiences. Surrounded by her recent drawings that she is sharing at this gallery, Mercy confesses she is not your ordinary artist.
So I always have a little sketchbook in my bag. If I'm going somewhere a bit longer, I'll take maybe this kind of size, which is a bit smaller than A4. And I would just draw everything and anything. So, you know, there's performances, here I traveled, and I fill the sketchbook instead of taking photographs. This is just outside here, you know, bananas, Railway Museum. So this, I feel, is the foundation of everything I'm doing because it's all based on observation. It's drawing anything and everything around us. And then what I find over time, it becomes like a diary.
This 39-year-old lover of art also takes time to draw from life, which essentially means nude drawings are part and parcel of her collection.
So what I find is that our culture is very conservative where the body is concerned, and very many people equate it purely to sexuality or something slightly perverse. Whereas, to be honest, everybody is naked under their clothes. It's part of who we are. And if you want to draw the human figure, you have to understand how things like muscles work, how proportions work, that kind of thing. And the way that you do it is by looking. And so if I needed to know how to draw, say, the torso, if it's all covered in layers of clothes, I'm drawing the clothes. So this is a very traditional thing in art school and, you know, even before art school. The one thing is that you're always looking at something from the point of view of the artist. So I'm making you see what caught my eye. And of course, a photographer can do the same. They can use filters, they can, you know, crop it and make you look at something in particular or blur certain things. For me, there's something about it being handmade. So there were many, many other things in this scene. But for me, the trucks were important. The color for me is important in that I want to leave one little element of color. So I want your eye to be drawn to one thing.
Mercy has had her hands on her tools of art since she was young, which led her to attain a degree in illustration, master's in the process of drawing, and a PhD in drawing as a way of documenting everyday life.
So for me, it was really good to kind of place what I do and who I am in my work in a context and then write about it. And also have it, I guess, examined and validated by my peers or people who are actually have had a lot more experience than I have. And I mean, in the end, it worked out that it actually is beneficial in academia, but it started off as me just wanting to just sit and really immerse myself into this thing, this genre of art that was just an intrigue. It was something that I found I did all the time that I enjoyed and I would spend so much time doing. And I'm glad I did. It was very, very hard. It was incredibly difficult. But in the end, it kind of made me much more clearer about why I'm doing it, about what it is that I'm doing, its relevance in society, which is one of the things I had to write about.
Apart from impacting university art students with her experience, Mercy also uses the Polka Dot Gallery to teach adults curious on exploring the world of drawing.
For me, because I had so much input from so many of my tutors, from many other experienced artists, that I want to be able to give some of that back as well. And I do think that it's just good to be able to give what you have. Not every artist or any other profession is a teacher, but if you enjoy it and if you can do it well and you can see your students progressing, then why not?
20 years later, since she chose to take the path of permanence through the art of drawing, Mercy has had the privilege to practice and showcase her work in different parts of the world. Having a chance to showcase her work in her home country is a dream come true, a byproduct of a support system that did not stifle her.
It was actually up to me because it was my decision. It was up to me to make it into a career. And then I find ways to make that an income generating thing as well. And I would say, you know, do it. If it's really, really what you want to do, then you will make it work. And I think for parents as well, you know, let your children do what they decide to do, because in the end, you know, you're there for a certain amount in their time in their lives. And then after that, it's up to them. So you don't want to have made your children do something because of you, and then they look back and they think those are wasted years.
For Women in Power, my name is Gladys Gachanja.